And that's why I was starting to think about, like, if I could time travel to the 1800s and explain all these things to the people there, how would they react? Because, like, over the past couple hundred years, yeah, I just feel like we've lost our connection to food in a lot of different ways, and no one knows what to do if you were given that chicken. In most cases, you wouldn't know what to do with it.
So when you say lost connection to food, what do you mean specifically?
I mean that there was a time when, Salatin gives this example as well, where if you were to give someone a chicken, a whole chicken, it would be considered a really good gift. But now if you were to give anyone a chicken, they would be annoyed by it. Or first of all, they wouldn't know what to do with it, but then they would probably get annoyed because they have to do a lot of like preparing. They have to figure out it's going to take up storage space in their freezer.
Right.
They have to cook it. There's a lot of work involved. And now, like, why would they do that when they could just
Grubhub,
go... That's a better example. I was gonna say go to the store
and buy 6 pounds of chicken breast and
buy like individual slices of chicken. But yeah, you're right. You can just DoorDash it right to your front door.
Yeah, baby.
Or go to
give me some KFC. That good stuff.
Yeah, I mean everything's just built around convenience now, and we've lost our connection to food. This is shocking to hear, but I think a lot of people don't even know what food is, because when they think of food, they think of things like Twinkies or Fruit Loops or something like that, like things that you buy on the inner aisles of a grocery store, which isn't actually food. I feel like there's a whole generation that's up and coming that thinks of food primarily as a finished product, like a chicken nugget, something that's packaged, labeled, priced, delivered, and it's not the result of what happens when you bring in soil, weather, animals, labor, that whole biology cycle. That's where the result of all that ends up being the food that you have a stronger connection with, but it's just lost on a whole generation. I feel like we've separated the cycle of life and death from our food. Like those are now like, we don't connect those two things. And I think that's really important too, because without that connection, I think it makes us morally confused. We don't have to know where a food product came from and under what conditions it was produced. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but if we, the farmers, are culling animals for meat, I've found on social media that automatically puts us in an animal cruelty category. Yeah, there's censorship from the platforms when it comes to this type of thing, but also there are people that will think poorly of your life decisions because you run a farm and stuff like that, which is, my point is that's a sign that you're disconnected and you've lost your morals when it comes to food. You're just disconnected from the life and death cycle that happens, that I think is important for people to know about. Yeah, our goal is not to support cruelty of the industrial chicken farming or whatever livestock farming. And we allow these animals, these livestock, the chickens, we allow them to have the best possible life they can possibly have on our farm.